explanation, like many in mainstream archaeology, feels thin, full of unanswered questions and contradictions. Interestingly, the only person to study the site in detail was Alessandro Barsanti, a respected Egyptologist with years of field experience. Barsanti, however, disagreed with the popular theory. He didn't believe the pit was part of an unfinished pyramid. This casts doubt on the widely accepted narrative, especially considering it contradicts the findings of the expert who physically examined the site. The features of the pit itself raise serious doubts. Its floor is made of enormous, interlocking granite blocks, bound together with strong mortar, resembling a complex puzzle. Such an intricate design seems excessive for what is claimed to be a simple foundation. The choice of pink granite, a highly valuable and notoriously difficult material, adds to the puzzle. Transporting the stone all the way from Aswan, some 580 miles south, down the Nile, and then dragging it across the desert was no small feat. It seems unlikely that anyone would go to such lengths just to bury this effort under a pyramid. Additionally, inscriptions found at the site continue to baffle Egyptologists, who cannot agree on their meaning or origin. The ongoing debate about these inscriptions suggests that Zawiet el-Arian holds deeper secrets. The most enigmatic discovery, however, was the oval vat uncovered by Barsanti. If the site was simply the base of a pyramid, why would there be a perfectly carved oval vat, polished to a mirror-like finish, with a precisely fitting lid? Such a finely crafted object, embedded in interlocking granite blocks and protected with layers of lime and clay, would not have been created casually. Barsanti also found a mysterious black residue within the vat, adding yet another layer of intrigue. Clearly, the site at Zawiet el-Arian holds far more than the conventional narrative suggests. It's a place filled with unexplained features, overlooked mysteries, and fascinating clues that defy the idea of it being just an unfinished pyramid. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Deep in the arid sands of Egypt, a team of scientists embarked on a groundbreaking expedition, their hearts racing with anticipation. As they carefully unearthed layers of soil, their tools struck something hard and unyielding. Curiosity surged among the team as they uncovered a peculiar object, covered in intricate carvings and glowing faintly in the dim light of their flashlights. It was unlike anything documented in history, prompting immediate excitement. The lead archaeologist brushed away the last remnants of sand, revealing a perfectly preserved artifact shaped like an orb, its swirling patterns dancing across its surface. Scientists discovered an object buried underground in Egypt that no records of exist, leaving the team in a state of awe and confusion. As night fell, they gathered around the orb, pondering its purpose. Some speculated it might be a tool for ancient navigation, while others considered it a lost artifact of an advanced civilization, possibly linked to fabled tales of old. The air crackled with tension and wonder, igniting a sense of destiny within them. Just as the moonlight bathed the orb in a silvery glow, one scientist whispered, "Could this be the key to unlocking secrets of our past?" The question lingered in the air, stirring their imaginations. What ancient knowledge could this object hold, waiting to be unveiled after millennia in silence? Theories beyond tombs. In recent years, some answers to the mystery of Zawiet el-Arian have started to emerge, leading us 5 miles away to the Giza Plateau, home to the Great Pyramid of Giza, a monumental structure that continues to baffle experts today. Despite centuries of study and exploration, the methods behind its construction and its ultimate purpose remain elusive. Traditionally, many have believed that this grand pyramid served as a tomb for the 4th dynasty pharaoh Khufu. However, a significant number of skeptics have pointed out some glaring inconsistencies with this notion. Unlike other tombs found throughout Egypt, the Great Pyramid has never yielded any human remains, artifacts, jewelry, or even everyday items that would typically accompany a pharaoh into the afterlife. This absence of expected burial goods has led to the emergence of various alternative theories regarding the pyramid's function. Some propose that it might have served as an astrological temple, while others suggest it could have been used for grain storage and more. One of the most intriguing theories arose in the 1960s, thanks to an innovative thinker named Edward Kunkel. In 1962, Kunkel published a groundbreaking book titled Pharaoh's Pump, which sent shockwaves through the field of Egyptology. He proposed a daring idea that the passages and chambers within and beneath the Great Pyramid functioned as the components of a colossal water pump. This pump, according to Kunkel, was designed to transport water from nearby sources out into the surrounding desert, transforming the arid landscape into fertile land. He theorized that the pyramid housed not just one, but two pumps, an underground one linked to its enigmatic subterranean chamber, and another situated within the pyramid's upper sections. Together, these would create two streams of water that would flow out through shafts on the north and south sides. Unsurprisingly, Kunkel's assertions were met with skepticism, especially from traditional Egyptologists, who dismissed his theory outright. Engineers also raised doubts, arguing that Kunkel's design would necessitate the creation of a vacuum, multiple valves, and a source of fuel along with a combustion chamber to operate the pump effectively. However, some engineers, unshackled by conventional Egyptological beliefs, began to take a closer look at Kunkel's ideas. They discovered that, while the specific design he proposed might not have been feasible, the concept of a ram pump could potentially make sense. A ram pump, a simple yet effective device that has been used for centuries, employs just two moving parts and the force of gravity to transfer water from one place to another. The possibility that the builders of the Great Pyramid developed a ram pump on such a grand scale opens the door to a realm of possibilities, inviting us to reimagine the ingenuity and capabilities of the ancient Egyptians. Once the concept was set in motion, other researchers and scholars eagerly embraced the idea, creating a fascinating theoretical model. They proposed that the Great Pyramid received water from the Western Nile and the nearby Lake Moeris, both of which were positioned at higher elevations. This unique geographical advantage made them ideal sources for a gravity-fed water system right on the Giza Plateau. Some even speculated that the retaining wall, which once encircled the pyramid complex, might have functioned as an embankment for a reservoir. As more enthusiasts began to entertain the possibility that the Great Pyramid served as an ancient water pump, they rallied around a compelling argument rooted in economics. Just consider this. The Great Pyramid comprises an astounding 2.3 million blocks, each weighing between 25 and 80 tons. If we imagine workers moving and placing 12 blocks every hour, around the clock, 7 days a week, it would still take an incredible 20 years to complete the structure. When adjusted for today's dollar value, it's estimated that building the pyramid would have cost over $5 billion. This begs the question, why would anyone go to such lengths and spend so much money just to create a tomb? While it's true that Egyptian pharaohs enjoyed more freedom than today's elected leaders, they still had to consider the practicalities of finances and economics. It makes far more sense to invest vast resources in a project that promises a significant return, like a water pump capable of irrigating their lands and nourishing their people. To explore this idea further, we need to step back and consider the implications. If the Great Pyramid was indeed a colossal water pump, then it must have had a destination for all that water. This is where some researchers have made intriguing connections to the enigmatic pit at Zayet El Arian. Rather than being an unfinished pyramid, they theorized that this site served as the outflow point for the water pumped by the Great Pyramid, a vast reservoir designed to hold water drawn from below. They examined the oval tub at the site, noting how meticulously it was sealed with clay and lime. Some speculate that this sealing occurred when the pump ceased operations, perhaps to prevent any leakage. Over time, this pit may have been filled with a tangled mass of limestone blocks, almost as if it were burying a once active spring. A striking detail emerges. When Barsante cleared away these blocks, he noticed that water from a heavy rainstorm had seeped into the ground, suggesting a hidden connection between the two sites, unveiling ancient innovations. In our contemporary world, the quest for knowledge about ancient engineering marvels has persisted, and recent scientific investigations are starting to unveil something remarkable. The potential of these structures might extend far beyond simple irrigation systems. In early 1999, a marine engineer named John Cadman found himself browsing through the shelves of a second-hand bookstore when he came across a worn and dusty copy of an intriguing book titled Pharaoh's Pump, written by Edward Kunkel. With a deep understanding of hydraulics, Cadman felt drawn to this unusual text and decided to buy it, eager to explore its contents. As he delved into the pages, Cadman quickly discovered that Kunkel's ideas were far more credible than he had initially thought. Curiosity sparked within him, prompting Cadman to investigate the Great Pyramid of Giza further. What he uncovered was nothing short of amazing. He noted that the pyramid's subterranean chamber bore a striking resemblance to the design of a ram pump, a device used to move water. Through his research, Cadman analyzed photographs that revealed clear evidence of water damage in the subterranean chamber. The ceiling showed unmistakable signs of cavitation, tiny gas bubbles in the water caused by intense turbulence, and visible damage from compression waves that had impacted the surface. This suggested that the chamber didn't merely have the potential to function as a water pump. According to Cadman's expert assessment, it likely had served that purpose. Recognizing the significance of his findings, Cadman felt compelled to leverage his extensive experience in hydraulics. He embarked on a project to create a scale model of the pyramid and its subterranean chamber to test its water pumping capabilities. In July 1999, he constructed his first model, utilizing a nearby river as a water source. However, his initial attempt was met with disappointment as the model leaked, cracked, and ultimately failed to pump the water as he had envisioned. Refusing to be discouraged, Cadman persevered and built subsequent models, each facing the same unfortunate fate. On his fourth attempt, everything fell into place, and to his amazement, his pump worked flawlessly. This successful experiment solidified Cadman's belief that the Great Pyramid could have indeed functioned as a colossal water pump, and it was clear to him that this was no mere coincidence. He was convinced that the ancient architects of the pyramid had expertly designed the subterranean chamber with this purpose in mind. Cadman's groundbreaking discovery was a significant moment for enthusiasts of Kunkel's original work from the 1960s, providing tangible proof that the concept of a Great Pyramid water pump was grounded in reality, rather than just speculative theory. As Cadman continued his exploration, he found even more astonishing evidence that suggested the pyramid's capabilities went far beyond merely pumping water. The implications of his findings were vast and intriguing, leaving many to wonder about the true ingenuity of the ancient builders. After demonstrating that the Great Pyramid's hidden chamber could act as a water pump, Cadman took his research a step further. He constructed a larger model and covered it in concrete to replicate the conditions of a pump working underground. Weighing in at over 500 pounds, he transported this impressive model to a seasonal creek, where a pond acted as its reservoir. Once the model started operating, Cadman was astonished by what he observed. Even encased in concrete, the pump produced a vertical compression wave, a rhythmic thumping sound like a heartbeat that resonated through the ground from 20 feet away and could be heard over 100 feet distant. This surprising discovery made Cadman realize that his creation was much more than just a water pump. It was generating powerful waves that warranted a new name: pulse generator. This revelation was groundbreaking. If the subterranean chamber of the Great Pyramid was indeed generating these pulse waves, they would travel through the granite walls and passageways of the pyramid. Thanks to granite's ability to reflect sound and energy, these waves could create ionization in the surrounding air, essentially forming an electric field. Based on this finding, some researchers have drawn fascinating conclusions about the pit at Zayed El Aryan, suggesting it might be connected to the Great Pyramid through a network of underground tunnels. However, these tunnels might not have been used for irrigation, as previously thought. Instead, they could have been designed to transport electrified water, potentially powering an advanced ancient civilization. The abrupt halt of research at this site, along with its placement within a heavily guarded military area, raises intriguing questions. It seems likely that the ancient technology hidden beneath Zayed El Aryan is considered forbidden knowledge. There's a possibility that this site holds evidence of an electrically advanced ancient Egypt, which could change everything we know about human history. What secrets might the Great Pyramid and its hidden chambers reveal about the advanced technologies of ancient Egypt if we continue to dig deeper into their mysteries? Let us know your opinion in the comments below.